Well, when Jesus compares the kingdom of heaven to a little child, we are all grown up. Have you any time behaved like a child? Have you any time really acted as a child? So what you have to do is, the superior should become a child and all of you become superior. And tell the superior to act like a child. It's one of those great times when we had a game for the parents. The parents had to act like a child and the children had to act like the parents. It was so interesting that the parents went on their knees and started begging. The parents put their thumb in their mouth and were crying. The parents were also telling, this one is getting down and therefore pulling it up. All this goes to show it is not so easy to be a child again. But for the little children, it was so easy to be parents. I told you that authority is there. The little child would always say to the husband, you are the one who was the cause for spoiling all the little children. And they used to blame each other because of the little child. It's so nice to see that these little children who acted as parents started blaming each other about the little child that is growing up, and that is their parents. And the parents also learn the importance of how they have to be with the little children, because to such belongs the kingdom of heaven. And therefore, I'm sure today all the juniors, because of St. Clair, all the junior sisters and all should celebrate today and enjoy the day. See that you really be a child and act as a child to get that feeling of a child. Because when a child makes mistake, it knows very clearly it made a mistake. And it goes and asks sorry. Whereas an adult, it's a mistake means we justify and say, no, that was this, because of that. But a little child goes, sorry. A little child knows how to make correction. They got so used to rubbing their mistakes in the paper. And they got so used to rubbing things in their life and saying, yes, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, I dropped it. When they're eating, they drop the porridge down. The mother comes yelling. But looking at the child, the mother melts. But whereas, when an adult makes a mistake, we jump on that person. We ridicule the person so terribly. For the rest of the life, that mark is there in that person's life. And therefore, Jesus very clearly makes it clear for each and every one of us that we should be childlike in our spiritual life as well. What is that spiritual life? Yes, come to the Lord, cry to Him. Maybe sometime put your thumb in your mouth and ask the Lord, Lord, give me. If not, I'm not going to take out the thumb out of my mouth. Like how the little child pretends. Come to the Lord and say, I'm pretending as though I received it, but still I come before you. Like the little child who keeps on asking, Mommy, you have to give me. It sometimes blackmails a child. And come before the Lord and tell Him, I will do this, I will do that. Get it from Him. The little child knows so many things. And nowadays we know how children keep on questioning and asking. And therefore, you and I, in our spiritual life also, we can become childlike and have that childlike confidence. Because we see Jesus Christ also acting like a parent here. He says, if one sheep goes astray, what will happen? The shepherd goes running, leaving all the 99. He is that parent, like a father. When he sees that someone is lost, he runs behind them till he seeks them. How will he seek them? Where will he search for them? It's simple. A shepherd will be hearing the bleating cry of a sheep. Because the sheep must have fallen into a pit and crying, telling not able to come out. And therefore, a shepherd who loses one sheep keeps his ears tuned to the cries of that bleating sheep. So also you as superiors, you as parents, have to also at times when you lose your child, when they don't study, you think, I lost my child. When they don't listen to you, you think, I lost my child. When they don't do what you want them to do, this child is disobedient. It'll be always like this. You give up on your child. No, be like what Jesus says. The shepherd went behind that one lost sheep. Because what happens is we always keep comparing our children. You are like this. See the little children there in the neighborhood. They are so nice. They are so obedient. But this little child is crying within itself for identification, for its few things that is not able to achieve in the house. Therefore it is crying. Hear that cry. As a parish priest, I have to hear the cries of my people who need real help and support. It's so difficult. Sometimes you go searching. Suddenly you find one person is really suffering. And therefore I can hear that cry, the bleating sheep. That is what you and I should know. That as authority people in charge of someone, as parents, look for that cry in your children. And if your children are lost, leave all the other things in your life. Go behind that little child. And when you find them, teach them. Then you will know that you are able to rejoice in the Lord.